Excuse me, but I didn't want to be used by a couple of goblins. If I ended up as a magic sword wielded by goblins, that'd be the end of me. If I had to settle for them, then at least have a goblin king wield me and not these mooks. I continued resisting with telekinesis and used Identify on the 2 goblins who were in my line of sight. Name, Goblin Race, Demon LV, 1 HP, 17. Magic, Lil, Strength, 8. Agility, 12 skills, Club Mastery 1. Dig to name, Goblin Race, Demon LV, 5 HP, 19. Magic, Sit, Strength 9. Agility, 10 skills, Sword Mastery 1. Vigilance 1. Poison Resistance 1 IC. There were small differences even among members of the same race. I figured that'd be the case since they had different weapons between them, so they probably specialized in different things. The one trying to pull me out had finally tired and moved around to my front. I wasted no time in using Identifier on him too. Name, Goblin Leader Race, Demon LV, 2 HP, 24. Magic, Shiryi. Strength, 11. Agility, 13 skills, Sword Mastery 1. Survivalist 1. Disassembly 2. Command 1, and here was their leader. Was his level lower than the rest because he had just evolved? Well, he was stronger than the other 2 by about an inch. What do I do now? They didn't look like they had any intention of leaving anytime soon. The leader began smacking me, seeing that he wasn't going to pull me out by conventional means. When I still refused to budge, he gave up and let another goblin have a go. The next goblin, who had been in my blind spot until just now, grabbed my hilt, grunted, then heaved with all his might. In turn, I resisted with all my might. Upon seeing that brute force wasn't going to be enough to claim his prize, the goblin leader took his flunky's club and began trying to smash my pedestal. The logic was sound. He would destroy my pedestal, then claim me in the aftermath. However, all his bludgeoning barely left a dent in the pedestal. His face reddened in frustration, and now I wasn't sure whether he was hammering my pedestal to claim me or simply vent. They were goblins, after all. They really are as dumb as they say. The lead goblin struggled for a while before finally kicking the pedestal in frustration. Unfortunately, the pedestal proved to be much harder than he expected. He gripped his toes and began jumping up and down in pain, looking very comical as he did so. Hee-ha, good job, idiot. The angry leader threw his club at the goblin who was in my blind spot. Come on, don't take it out on your friends now. Just when I thought he was done, the green bastard turned around and hocked a loogie at me. I could feel the disgusting liquid trickle down my blade. Ew, gross. It's sticking to me. But worse than that was the humiliation. All right, you want war? I'll give you war. I was oddly itching to get in a fight. I started with the one who was right in front of me. The goblin swordsman went up following his leader's failed attempt at pulling me out. I calculated the exact moment he would begin heaving and stopped my telekinesis then. He pulled me out that very instant. It was very easy for a goblin to pull me out, now that I had stopped resisting. The sheer force the goblin put into the effort worked against him, as he lost his balance and fell right on his ass. Ha! I got you now. I used telekinesis to adjust the business end of my blade and cut right through the defenseless goblin's throat in one swing that looked more like an accident than an assault. Surprisingly enough, my first kill didn't disturb me. Instead, it excited me. In fact, I thought it was the obvious thing to do to a goblin who was right in front of me. Oh no, was I a cursed sword that hungered for blood and thirsted for souls? Well, too late to stop now. I may as well finish the job. Gia Gia go. The remaining goblins scurried to the side of their fallen comrade, unable to grasp what had happened. I slammed my body against the strongest goblin in the group, seeing that I was a sword. My body slam was roughly equivalent to a stab. They cropped up often in alternate universe light novels. From what I'd read, they were crystallizations of magic found within the bodies of monsters. If my assumptions were correct, it had something to do with the way I killed the first goblin. I'd killed him by cutting his throat while finishing the rest off by stabbing them. That could be the difference. I rushed over to the body of the first goblin and began stabbing his corpse with my blade. On my third stab, I found what I was looking for. I felt my blade pierce through something hard, and I glowed again. Something flowed through me, and I felt an odd sense of satisfaction. It felt like eating your favorite food after being starved for days. As I thought, I absorbed crystals by cutting through them, and it seemed the goblins had theirs located in their stomach. I didn't know if I had a hunger for crystals, but this could be why I'd felt an odd desire to fight them in the first place. I could have been reacting to the magic stones inside them. I'll have to experiment later. For now, I looked at my crystal count. Like I thought, my crystal counter was now at 4/100ths. And vigilance and poison resistance had been added to my skill bank list. The goblin leader had disassembly 2, and his flunky had dig 2. But the skills I absorbed were both at level 1. I guess the levels had been reset after absorption. So how do I level these skills up? Was using them in battle enough? Would I need to keep absorbing more crystals? I would have to experiment with these two. For now, I would equip vigilance and poison resistance. These goblin corpses are annoying me, though. Their corpses lay in front of my pedestal, which meant I would have to keep looking at this sorry mess if I didn't do something about it. So I used telekinesis and dragged their bodies out of the ruins. It left a trail of blood, but at least the corpses were out of sight now. I then put my newly obtained dig skill to work and dug a hole for them. That's pretty good, I thought to myself, as my slim blade repurposed itself into a shovel and made quick work of the ground. Though I couldn't tell if that was thanks to the actual dig skill or if telekinesis was just that useful. It was one of the two for sure. In any case, it was good for me to have a new goal while I waited for my user. I would go out and collect more skills, therefore making myself a stronger enchanted blade. And so, I immediately set out on my hunt. I used telekinesis to fly around the ruins and rested on the ground when I ran out of mana. The plains were composed of flatlands, for the most part, which was comforting because it meant I wasn't going to lose sight of my home pedestal anytime soon. The first thing I ran into was a small rat with 6 legs. Let's identify it real quick. Name: Six-Legged Rat Race. Animal LV. 1 HP 2. Magic: Ling. Strength: 1. Agility: 7 skills. None weak, 2 weak. It didn't even have any skills. It might yield some crystals, though. My crystal count was currently at 4/100ths. I might rank up if I collected 96 more crystals. Please die so that I may grow. I came down on the rat with a sudden swing and cut the rat clean in two. It was easier to hit than I thought, but I wasn't glowing. What's going on here? I jabbed the corpse a little for good measure, but still remained unlit. Was I unable to absorb crystals with that swing? Curious, I cut open the rat's body to investigate. It was such a grotesque sight that I counted myself lucky to have been born again as a sword, since I didn't have the facilities to get sick or nauseous. I dug around and found no trace of any crystals inside the rat. Oh, now I get it. When I identified the rat stats earlier, its race was listed as animal. I supposed only monsters had them, since the animals on Earth didn't have any magic crystals inside them either. I'll look for a monster this time. One was already walking into sight. A giant centipede, half a meter long, had come to scavenge on the dead rat. Name: Giant Centipede Race. Monster: Insect LV. 4 HP. 18. Magic: T. Strength 6. Agility: 14 skills. Tremor, Sense 1. Climb 1. Poison Fang Race. Monster: I should do it. I opened the fight by stabbing it in the head, but it struggled and flailed. Yellow liquid gushing from its mouth as its body slapped helplessly against the ground. I put it out of its misery by cutting it in half. Its upper and lower halves squirmed with a vigor that was unique to the insect kingdom until it finally ceased. Well, that was disgusting. But my slaughter of the centipede bore fruit when I stabbed the tip of my blade near its heart. I glowed, the satisfying feeling of crystal absorption coursing through me once again. I also absorbed its tremor sense, climb, and poison fang, although it didn't look like the bug had any fangs to me. I equipped Poison Fang, reducing my mana by 5 points, and covering my blade with a subtle film of liquid. It was probably poison, but I was just happy it worked. I tried equipping Climb and Tremor Sense, but couldn't. You have reached the maximum amount of skills you can equip. It didn't look like I could equip all the skills I had acquired. I looked at my stats again under Evolution rank to find that Gems was now at 5/100ths, and Skill Capacity was at 10. Skill Capacity had to refer to the number of skills I could equip. True enough, I did have all my previous skills equipped at the moment. Digging 1, Disassembly 1, Vigilance 1, Sword Mastery 1, Club Mastery 1, Command 1, Survivalist 1, Kobold Killer 1, Poison Resistance 1, and Poison Fang. I unequipped Club Mastery. It was the most useless of my current skills and equipped Tremor Sense in its place. I'll go with this setup until I find a new skill. In the list of other clearly useless skills I had, Command, Survivalist, and Climb. Hopefully, I would get some more useful skills to replace these. With that out of the way, I went back to my search. What I found next were 2 bow-legged, bipedal silhouettes which had the gaits of chimpanzees. Their green skin told me they were my old, ugly nemesis, goblins, and they have something in their hands. I cast Identify on them and found they were little to no different from the goblins I had run into up to now. I was more interested, however, in the animal they were holding in their hands, which looked like a large rat. I had never seen that one before. Name, Poison Fang Rat Race, Monster, Fanged Brute. LV. 1 status, Dead HP 0. Magic, Sen. Strength 4. Agility 14 skills. Vigilance 1, I'll take it. I slowly inched to some nearby bushes so I wouldn't be spotted. I was only a couple meters from them now, and I decided to start with the higher level goblin. Put him up! Your crystals or your life. I promise you, I wasn't overcome with bloodlust or anything of the sort. I just wanted to say that line, at least once in my life, was all. I stabbed one of the goblins in the back and he slumped dead without any resistance. When I noticed I was glowing, I immediately pulled myself out of him and came down on his dumbfounded companion. 2 down. I also got the throwing weapons and hunting skills for my trouble. I equipped myself with those immediately. Then I came to my newly discovered monster, which made me tilt my head in confusion. Not that I had a head, of course. Why does this Poison Fang rat not have any skills other than vigilance? I expected it to have Poison Fang, at least. Talk about false advertising. I pulled back the dead creature's upper lip to expose its long canine. Yellow liquid was dripping from its tip. Was this venom? Huh. What gives? The giant centipede had Poison Fang in its skill set, but this Poison Fang rat didn't. I didn't have enough clues to figure out why, so I decided to hunt some more monsters for more data. That was when my tremor sense and hunting skills began reacting. The signal was weak, but I followed it by slowly circling to the other side of the bushes. Name: Carrion Vulture. Race: Monster. Bird LV. 5 HP. 13. Magic: Woo. Strength 9. Agility 15 skills. Poison Resistance 1. Enhanced Digestion, a bird. It looked like it'd be incredibly alert, so it'd be best to be careful.